Alright, welcome to Ox Billiards. We have a Wednesday night match. My name is Matthew. I'm joined by Bree. We have two local players versus two local players. We have Tim Mundo and Zak Ross versus Jared Jonson and Lerrick Salonga. Welcome, Bree.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Thanks for having me again.
Yeah, so these two teams are mostly local APA players, BCA players, etc. Pretty good. We got a 10-ball race to 9. Should be a pretty good day.
Yeah, I was watching them warm up here a few minutes before we started the stream. They're looking really good. Both teams are shooting really well, so it should be a really good match.
All right, looks like Lerrick won the lag, and we've got Jared Jonson to break. Off we go. Quick refresher of the rules. It is 10-ball rack your own, 3 foul, jump cues, push-outs, etc.
And I believe they're calling pockets, correct?
Yep, 10-ball is call pocket.
Yeah. And so it looks like it was a dry break. So we'll get to see either Zak. Yeah, Zak Ross up to shooting. Looks like he's hidden behind that 10 ball though, so he's gonna likely push out.
Yeah, I expect a push out here. Difficult push out to make though. Not a lot of like comfortable spots on the table. Looks like he's just gonna. Yeah, he's he's definitely getting that back.
Yes.
I don't think Lerrick will want a sniff of this.
Yeah, looks like he's probably setting up for either, more than likely, the jump.
Yeah, he probably wanted it half obscured, so it's a half jump shot.
Mm-hmm.
Tim's pretty handy with the jump cue. Even if he makes this though, like there's a bit of a risk that he ends up stuck behind the 3. So let's see what he's got here. Swing and a miss.
Looks like he actually made contact with that 10 ball.
Yeah, if I was good at streaming, I probably would have switched to the side view, but we don't do that, so... Next time, yeah.
So it looks like it'll be ball in hand.
Yep. 2 ball is a little awkward to get to from the 1 ball. It has a couple of open pockets, but yeah, he's going to play long. Risky runs here is that he doesn't go far enough, and he ends up not passing the 6 ball into the side and not having a nice angle to play into the corner. So we'll see what he pulls out here.
Yeah, another thing is if it doesn't work out, there is the 3 foul rule that they're playing. So that means that Zak is on 1 foul.
Yep. So yeah, he didn't quite get far enough up. He might be able to sneak it past. It looks like he's playing for the corner. Oh no, safe
yeah,
it is.
Looks like he's going for the safety, but it looks like they have a good line to it. So
Yeah, looks like they have access. I mean, tough cut to make, tough long ball. We'll see if he goes for it, if he plays safe. Looks like he's going.
Yeah, I mean, even if you miss this, the cue ball's going to come back up the table exactly just like that. And make contact with that 10.
Yep. But it's not a foul.
It is
So
not a
he's
foul.
They're not looking down
Not
2
this
fouls.
time.
Yeah.
He did unfortunately hide behind the 9 and the 5, though, so that 3 is going to be another jump shot.
Yeah. Timmy gets an opportunity for redemption on the jumps.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. We'll see if second time is the charm. And he made very good contact with that.
That was a pretty nice jump. He's going to get... do you reckon this is safe? I'd say this is half safe.
Yeah, I don't know if it goes past. Yeah, it looks like this is definitely... Could be a 2-way.
Yeah, he might be able to like sneak kiss off the rail into the 7 and go. But yeah.
And he just left it up the table.
He might be in trouble here.
Uh-oh.
Yep, he's in trouble. Unlucky there to go in off the 10. I wonder if he didn't look like he called the 7, so I think he was playing it past, like off the rail and then off the 7 and past. But yeah.
Zak putting that up the table. Very nice for the 4.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good for Tim and Zak here. Like, if you can hit the 4 and roll forward nicely, get fairly straight on this 5 on the side, connects to the 6 pretty handily. It could be looking pretty good.
Alright.
Yeah, that's not bad.
So far, so good.
It's pretty thick on this ball by the looks of it. You can just roll forward. It's just queuing off the rails a little awkward. Yeah, he's delivered that comfortably.
That was great. Yeah, good cue ball control, not going too far past the 6.
Tim's got a choice though. He can hold it up with a bit of inside here, or he can swing around the rails.
Yeah, I think
slightly on the wrong side.
I think just following through with inside left.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Very well executed. It's a shot that can you can underhit that ball pretty easily, I think. Well, I find. It could just be a skill issue for me, but yeah, they're looking pretty good here. I assume the 9 has like half a pocket past the 10. I don't like it.
Yeah, you know, I almost kind of want to go all the way down the table and take the 9 either in the center or the top right corner instead of trying to squeeze past this 10 ball or even messing with a combo. I think just, you know, having a good stroke on this is key.
Yeah, he's played for it though. Yeah, it's a risky ball.
Yeah, it's definitely makeable.
Yeah. It definitely goes. He's a little bit on the wrong side of this though, so he's going to have to juice it to get back comfortably for the 10. So this is a do or die shot.
Wow, great shot.
We got a little lucky there, I think.
Yeah.
Lucky in some ways, not so lucky in others. This is a thin ball, but it's a doable ball.
It is doable. Just want to watch out for that scratch in the center pocket.
Yep.
So probably put inside on this just to keep that cue ball from going wide.
Just a hair of right spin. I say when Tim
Great.
plays me on league night, he never misses that ball.
All right, so Zak and Tim getting the very decisive early lead.
Yep. Seals the first rack. All right, here we are lining up rack number 2. I don't know if they're playing alternate break or winner break, but I guess
They are playing winner break format.
All right.
Raccoon winner break.
There we go. One of us is informed.
I just like to be nosy.
Hopefully Tim's got a nice big break here. Oh no, Tim controlled that break. That's not what I want to see. I want to see him go like thermonuclear on the break.
Yeah, it looks like that break was very, I mean, like you were saying, kind of tame.
Yeah,
not a whole lot of movement.
Yeah, so this is actually a good a good observation point. Like, you don't have to blast the balls to get a good spread.
Mm-hmm.
So Tim broke that controlled. He had a nice cue ball, a good like stuck pop squat in the middle of the table. He's got a good spread. He didn't make a ball, but like you can break controlled and still get a nice like mix of the balls.
I think that 4 ball gave him a little friendly bump.
Yeah, I think he tried to miss it, tried to spin it past, but he got away with it. Is how I
Yeah,
describe
and
that.
this 2 ball has a very natural angle to leave it on the 3 in the upper corner.
Oh, he's run. He's run.
That was far too hard.
Yeah, it's a general reminder. These ox tables are fast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
A lot of other tables that would die on the rail a little bit. It would slow down the clots just like a little bit more, and he'd be okay here.
Wow.
Oh, what a shot!
That is the highlight right there.
He slapped the table though. I don't think he called it. 10 ball, you must call the balls. I mean, I didn't even think that 3 ball went past the 6. I don't know how he found that angle.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know. That he's I guess it's fine.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh
Zak.
goodness.
Oh no, okay. If that 4 had laid up behind the 8 and gotten a little weird, they would have been looking at a couple of fouls, I think.
It's good that you can laugh about it though.
Yeah,
Zak was pretty chill about it.
Yeah, that is a ball in hand scratch for Zak.
Yeah,
Oh no, it wasn't ball in hand. Sorry. Okay, take that back. It was just a
just
a player option. Yep.
So
Yeah. This 5's in a bit of a tricky spot. It's looks like he's going to try and slide up the rail, a little bit of outside, a little bit of right.
Yeah, that
It's
5 and 9 being tied up like that is a little
it's
awkward.
tough. He might even try go into it.
Mm.
Oh no, he's playing the slide. Okay. He's got a look.
Yeah, this one's a little awkward. There's not a whole lot of positive things you can do.
Yeah, I think safety's probably what Lerrick's going to look at here.
I almost think carry him into the 7.
You reckon? Yeah, call the 7 in the corner.
Yeah.
It's risky. It looks like he's calling it.
He's going. Okay, yeah, it looks like it was just a simple defense.
Yeah, I didn't see a good set of offensive options. I didn't even see a good set of defensive options, to be honest. I think getting this like crossways split around the table is probably the best outcome you could look for. The only thing is, though, if Tim decides to take on this bank and makes it.
I was about to say, this is definitely a very bankable shot.
And then it's a bit of a duck run out from there.
Yeah, that 6 being in front of that pocket really is helpful.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. What a shot.
Oh, okay. The 6 may be in front of the pocket, but controlling for the 7 is going to be fine. But getting that nice angle on the 7 to go up table is... Oh, no. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
No,
He's got the jump out.
He's got the short stick.
Let's see it, Zak.
That is not quite.
Yeah, that is the second time that 10 ball has been fouled behind the jump shot.
Yeah. I wonder, has he made a mess though? Does that 8 pass the 10? That is a question. I don't know if I can zoom.
So I think... let's see.
No.
Yeah.
I think there is a way to do that.
No. Get me closer to the middle.
Yeah, the players will show us.
Yes. So it looks like he's gonna...
It's pretty...
he's putting a lot of draw on this.
Yeah, he's pretty straight here. I think he was dead straight. Okay.
Too much.
Lerrick's been working out.
Yes, that was... I mean, that would have been great if he had taken 60%.
Yeah, that's right. Still, sometimes you got to draw it. Right?
Yeah. And there's a defense opportunity here. If you play this really soft, you can hide behind that 10.
Yeah. You
or
might
you
even
can
bump the 10 out a little bit and hide behind it.
Yeah.
There are options.
Yeah, this is definitely
that's what he's playing.
defense.
Got away from him just a little bit. I don't think he necessarily needed that right spin. He loaded up with quite a bit of right.
Yeah, I don't think that was necessary. Just play this with a little bit of just a touch of top, and have that cue ball really just resting on the rail.
Yep.
This gives them a pretty workable angle with that 8.
Yeah, he's going naturally around the table here. So interesting that he's jacking up. I think you could probably roll this fairly firm, go across the table.
Yeah, it looks like the way it'll make contact is probably around that middle diamond.
Yep.
And get on the short side of the 9, but still, that's a workable angle.
Looks like he's going to try and slide past the side pocket.
Oof.
Yeah.
That
Easy
ball is going to be right in front of the pocket.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting to go low there. I think crossing the angles, crossing the long rails is probably more forgiving. Easier to make the ball as well. Yeah. Still, I always like to give benefit of the doubt to the players. They're at the table. They're seeing all the angles.
Yeah.
It's very easy to say what to do behind a microphone.
Just wants to make sure he doesn't make contact with this 10 ball. There you go.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
He used a bit of inside to try and not hit the 10. It worked. This is a missable ball though. And it's a missable position as well.
Yeah, it's a steep angle.
It's a little bit of outside spin.
See if he can get it.
Yeah, he's overcut. A little bit of outside spin through the ball, through the cue ball on the bed.
Look at that lead though.
Yeah. Position was great.
Yeah. Got a very full table.
We've got the same shot for Zak, just harder.
What a shot!
Nicely made. What's he gonna get though? Tim's already called the cross corner bank. I like it.
He says, "Why not? We're all friends here."
That's right. We already nailed that 5 ball bank. This time we can't get hooked. So.
Exactly.
Oh no, he went across the other side. I thought I saw him hit that other corner, but
yeah, that was a good try.
It was
not a bad leave.
Yeah, he's left that in snooky, call it the tweener.
Yeah, exactly.
Left that in between angle.
Lerrick looks like he's pin the bottom. Yeah, that was a very confident shot.
He has ginned that ball.
All right, we're 1-1 right now.
Yeah, that was a beautiful shot from Lerrick.
Indeed.
Oop. All right, yeah, 1-1.
I think the players are. As soon as you get on that camera table, it's a little bit more. I suppose you're working out your nerves and your. Yeah,
for sure. It can take a little long. I mean, usually, at least for me, it takes me a little while to settle into the game to begin with. The extra pressure of the camera, playing under the lights, can change things a little bit. But Lerrick went down to that ball and just shot it in. He got it perfect.
All right, and that 2 ball does go in.
Yep. Pretty decent spread, but he's lost the cue ball. The 1 ball... Oh, Zak's just coming out here to cheat. Just kidding. Cheating. Yeah, that 1 ball, he's got it. He's on it, but it's tough. Tough to control, tough to make.
Yeah, I'd almost just really float this and take that 3 into the wow.
Or just send it.
Or just.
Or just send it.
Yeah, that works too.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to roll the dice, I guess.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been confident that I would get a look at the 3 after that. I don't know if he was trying to hit the 3 or if he knew he would hit the 3.
I think he just wanted to sometimes you just need to blast it in there.
Sometimes, yeah. He's got to feel the arm working. He left Lerrick a tough angle, though. Tough to hold for that 4 ball, and he hit it just a little bit too thin.
Yeah, so it looks like this has a pretty natural angle to come back up the table to take that 4 into the middle.
Yeah, he's just got to make sure that he doesn't hit it too hard and then he catches it to the thin side of the pocket.
Yeah, this is all about speed control right here. 7 is blocking that 5, so they'll have to work that out. But yeah, I think this is just a really nice, easy shot.
Yeah, there we go. That's a good speed. He's hit it a little thick though.
Yeah, those full table shots are sometimes a
Yeah.
little trickier than what they look like.
Yeah, full table queuing off the rail. I mean, sort of setting the parameters up for a difficult shot. Still, knowing Tim, I feel like he should make that 10 out of 10 times. So I'll be sure to ask him about that in the post-match press conference that we hold. Yeah. So Tim, that roll shot, damn.
All right, we got another. This is also a tricky shot, and he looks like he went wide with it. But
yeah, you put a touch of outside spin on that just to try and like slow it, catch a little thicker, but ended up turning away from him just at the end.
all right, now the question is, can he get past that 8? He looks like he's going to kick at this. He's calling the upper corner pocket.
Oh, this will be a shot.
Good contact.
Yeah, solid hit. I don't think he's gotten out of jail free though. This is one of those awkward tweener shots again.
Another tweener shot.
But I mean, Lerrick just ginned that 10 ball into the bottom right. So
yeah, feeling pretty confident with
yeah,
that
we'll
shot.
see how he does this. Could be going low left. Yeah, on it. Low and running through the rails. Yeah, it's easy to overrun that ball.
Nothing to him.
He's gotten lucky and unlucky there.
Yeah, it's another really confident shot from Lerrick.
Oh, he just got down and made it, didn't he?
Yeah,
Like,
he just
going that low inside 3 rail shot that's a tough ball.
great pocket speed shot as well.
Yeah.
It's a bit difficult of a up the table shot. We'll see how.
Yeah, I mean,
Lerrick
Lerrick
handles
looks
this.
like he's feeling pretty good.
Yeah,
so
he's shooting very well right now.
he might go the safe though behind the 8. Yeah. Yeah, that's well struck.
Yeah,
Looks like he's got him. Might have left him an outside edge, but overall that's a pretty good shot.
now they are struggling with jump shots. Do you go for the jump shot here?
Never lose confidence.
Yeah.
Shooter's got to shoot. Yeah, I think this one's like a baby jump because you're only going over the thin edge of the 8 if he's jumping. But it's also deep into the table, adds a little bit of extra complexity. Looks like that's his playing cue though, so I think he might be.
You think like a Massey?
Yeah, might be trying to throw it in, catch a little thick with inside. We'll see what he does.
Yeah, it looks like he can see the outside edge of it.
Yeah, it looks like he's just queuing normal. Yeah, that's a shot.
Oh,
That is a shot. He's got the 6 ball in the corner as well.
well done.
Oh, he's got a queuing test ahead though.
Yes.
He's on the rail. It's long. It's fairly straight by the looks of things, but not quite straight.
I feel like this is one of those practice shots that you get on the table and you just kind of practice over and over and get comfortable with.
I mean, when I'm practicing, if I get this shot, I just pick the cue ball up and move it a few inches deeper into the table.
Yeah.
I'm not about that. Anything for an easy life.
Nailed it.
That's
Nailed it.
pretty good.
Nothing but net there.
He didn't even think about it. He got down. He was like, I'm aligned. I'm ready. I'm going to shoot, and made it.
Yeah, both teams having some great performance shots. Like, just, that was beautiful.
Yeah. That is straight queuing gets.
Now, what do you like here? This looks pretty straight. I mean, you can cheat the pocket, but it's definitely a little awkward. I mean, you can try and draw it back a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it depends whether the players like that 8 ball into the side.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like he's going to come back with this ball. Yeah, okay,
What a
that's
shot.
yeah.
Look
That
at that.
is pretty much inch perfect. It depends. It looks pretty thick. As long as he can follow past the side pocket,
Mm-hmm.
I think he's comfy here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was a beautiful setup for that 8 ball.
Yeah, tough shot to play perfectly as well. Oh, is he playing the
He's
side?
going in the side pocket.
He is going in the side.
So I guess they don't like the short side.
It
That's
must
going to
have-
cost them.
Yeah, that's not good. It must have been thinner into the corner than it looked on the camera.
Mm-hmm.
The camera can distort a little bit, so it must have been like not as comfortable to get past the side pocket. Like more likely to run into the point of the pocket and come out square into the middle of the table.
Mm-hmm.
So Yeah. Anyway, good opportunity for Jonson Lerrick. Just going to make sure he gets enough angle on this 9 ball to travel up the table, and he should be pretty solid. And that's pretty straight.
Yeah, that's not the angle that you want. I mean, it's...
He's got enough that he can drive the ball into the rail, I think. It's just how much you want to drive the ball into that long rail with right is the question, if he has enough angle.
It looks like...
Oh, danger.
Oh, no.
Oh, he's in danger.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. I think he wants, in hindsight, you want a little more slide, so you don't want so much follow on the ball. A little more slide, and you'll get past that side pocket.
Yeah.
Just hit the long rail a little bit higher. That's, in my view, that's a little unlucky. Anyway, it's another rack for Tim and Zach.
Yeah.
Let's see what they bring. All right, we are back. Interesting break.
Yeah.
5 balls past the headstring, I guess. But yeah, no clean 1 ball.
No clean anything, really.
Yeah.
I mean, that's quite a mess up in that top right corner.
Yeah, he might have the thinnest of thin edges past the 2 ball there. But I expect
You think a push?
a push, yeah. Because even if you catch it that thin, what are you going to give, right? What's going to be the outcome? Probably either probably a look at the 1, if not a look to make it, a look to just return safe, basically. So yeah, I think this is a pretty good decision.
I almost think that you can play a stop shot here for a safety.
You can. Is the 1 ball's long stop shot like that? The 1 ball's going to be going crazy.
Yeah.
So I think we'll probably end up rolling. Yeah, he's playing for behind the 4, but he's not going to get there.
I had the right idea, just the wrong execution.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, that's a tough execution as well, because you have to hit that with a little bit of side. You're going across the whole table. It's not a fun shot. Oh, Zach, are you rolling the dice?
Did he get there?
It looks like he's rolling the dice.
No.
Yep. That was a speed control shot and a half.
Yeah, you can see what he was going for. He wanted to get in between that 3 and 7.
Yeah. Thin window of shape into a half-covered pocket. So it was dicey. We'll see what Tim can come up with here. I expect this to be a save.
So it looks like he's going to kick at it.
He's
Can't
on the
tell if he can
outside
see it.
edge.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's played the 4.
Wow.
Hey, what a shot.
Beautiful. I
Leaf,
didn't think I
mate.
could see that.
Good to see you in the chat. Hope you're well. Hope you come to Seattle again soon. A great shot by Tim calling that 4 ball. Ooh,
That's 7.
another tweener. He's playing for the 6 from here, so I'm guessing it'll be corner.
Yeah, I mean, that's also a very natural 2-way. You're putting that 3 into the top of the table. The cue ball is going to be separated from the bottom of the table, so it's you're getting separation. You're also going for it. That 6 being in front of the
it just depends how aggressive he wants to get.
right. Yeah, it'll be a speed for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He opted for the safe there. That's a good decision.
Yeah, that was a great shot. I don't know if he can get past that 9, but
There might be a thin edge. It's hard to tell. We need to have a full rig with 360-degree camera.
yes, exactly. Mike, if you're listening, we
Yeah,
request a very expensive setup, please.
That's right. Unnecessarily expensive setup.
Yeah, I think at a minimum he can kick this.
Yeah. It looks like he just called the bottom right corner, so he's probably coming in behind. He'll probably play a kick and stick. Well, he called the corner, but then
Ooh,
that is
boy.
that is not it. That is not the outcome he
That
wanted.
is not it. This is a very easy stop shot right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it looks like this is definitely a very easy table. With this, you just want to take that 6 with a little bit of probably bottom right for that 7 in the middle.
Yeah, I think it depends. Like that was roll right, but like right was the answer. So it's hard to tell. Like a lot of players have a personal preference how they like to play that ball.
Mm-hmm.
Like the low right to swing around the rails that you were saying is probably what I would prefer personally. Yeah, Zak's hit that
Ooh.
pretty thick.
This is going to be right in front of the middle pocket.
Yep, they're handing it back. That's not the table you want to give up.
And it looks like, let me see here. So yeah, it looks like there's no window between that 9 and 8 for that 2 in the corner.
The 10 in the corner, yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
think
he
he
was-
quite got where he wanted to go.
Yeah, he was playing for that short side-ish into the side. Just overran it a little bit. Lerrick, I feel like he's going to size up the corner pocket here. If he stuns across from the corner, he can play the 9 on the side. Yeah, he's loading it. Yeah, nicely
great
played.
shot. I almost like going in the corner here.
100%. Not because I think it's easier to make, but it's easier to get guaranteed on the 10.
ball.
Yep.
Yep.
Stun into the corner. This long stun shot can be a bit risky with throw. I expect him to go for that. Yeah, he's got it. That's going. Oh, it's
no.
not.
It
No.
looked like he actually stood up very quickly after that
Yeah.
shot.
I think that's one of those balls that can slide in.
Yeah.
I would have expected that to slide in, but the shells here at Ox play pretty deep.
Yeah. Yeah, these are Rassans.
Yep. It's 4.5-inch pocket Rasson,
Yeah.
which the pros play 4-inch version of this table, but the shelf is much deeper than a diamond, for example.
Mm-hmm.
The pockets cut a little more forgivingly than diamonds, but the depth of the shelf makes shots like this a lot more common.
Yeah.
But anything like the ball was deep enough that
He just
playing
crushed
position,
that.
yeah,
Goodness.
playing position is a little tough. I mean, he's got it in the side, but that's not what he would have wanted.
Yeah, that's not. You want to make it easy for your
Oh, yeah,
partner.
100%. Yeah, you want to make the shot unmissable.
Exactly.
But every shot into the side coming from this shallow in the table, every shot is missable.
It's all right. Zak's gonna get this. I have full faith in
Yeah,
his
there we go.
abilities.
Nice shot by Zak.
Zak, I'm going to point you to this moment of the
Yeah, that's
clip.
right. Where's the, can we get a timestamp, please? Someone put that in the chat, please. All right. Anyway, that's 3-1 for Tim and Zak.
Yeah, just a couple of really small mistakes are kind of, throwing this game in one direction. I really, when he took that shot to the corner, I immediately was like, he stood up very fast.
Yeah, I think he knew he caught it a little bit thick.
Yeah.
Just a touch thick. He probably thought it was a possibility. I think like when that ball was rolling, most people would have said 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, a couple of mistakes from both teams, to be honest, late in the match. But yeah, Tim and Zak probably pretty happy to get away with that one.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're both shooting very well. I mean, Zak in that side pocket really was a confident shot. So
Sweet.
thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks, Leave. 35:04. That is the time to give Zak later. Hey, Arissa, how you doing?
Hello.
Hope you're well. Hope you had a good trip.
Great to have you guys here with us.
Yeah, that was so. Tim beefed that break a little bit harder.
Yes.
That's what we want to see.
Yeah, I think he learned
Yeah,
from his previous break. He's
Yeah,
like,
that's
I need
right.
to let loose on
Yeah.
this.
Just got to beef it up sometimes.
All right, so looks like a combo. 1 into the 3. You don't want to hit this super hard. Yeah, just leave that right in front of the pocket.
Yeah, might have hit a little better than that, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty unfortunate. He had a good sit on the 1 to like poke it in a little right. Sorry, a little left, hold it up on the rail for the 2 down long. Yeah, now he's giving it up. This is actually an easier shot because the 1's going to hang.
Right.
And you can run the cue ball to any way you want, really, provided you don't scratch. And you should be looking pretty comfy.
Yeah, they're both looking at the angle.
They're talking about it.
Yeah, just like you said.
Bit of run. Nah, he's okay. He's fine. Never in doubt.
And we got a friendly, very nice bounce.
Yeah, never in doubt. Never in doubt. Yeah, that is the risk, though. Like, when you unload like that, you can scratch pretty easily, but you hit it good. This is a little awkward, though, because the 2, he's got to play long. You don't want to be queuing off the rail for a shot like this. Hey, he played it nice.
Great leave.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you hit it good.
That was a beautiful shot. Then you have that 5 into this corner down.
Yeah, 6 ball's a little weird. Jared's pointing to play it short side. Yeah. Lerrick wants him to play for the window.
This is one of those shots. It's like a make or break kind of deal.
Oh yeah, you do or die at this point. Late in the rack, duck run out afterwards with ball in hand. So we'll see how he goes. It looks pretty good to me.
That was great.
Yeah, nice shot. Well played.
Yeah.
Risky ball, but he hit it good.
And this is a very gentle stun shot. For that 8 in the top corner.
This is a nice bit of angle. If I was Jared, I'd be pretty happy with getting this. Yeah.
Probably just play this with top left.
Top left to go around? Yeah, top left to go around. You can play a bottom right to stun back out, cross the line, which he's done, but he hasn't.
That was...
Yeah. So that's another player preference shot.
Yeah.
I prefer going high inside to go around the rails, like you described.
Yep.
But yeah.
Unfortunately, not
could
this
be
time.
a costly mistake.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't remember who's shooting. It's probably Tim. Yeah. I mean, this is not a gimme. It's a long ball. He's gonna have to. He looks pretty straight. Might have to draw this ball back pretty hard. Either way, he's going to have to hit it hard because it's thick. He's got to get it back through the table.
Looks like he's going to push through this. Yep.
Yeah.
Great shot. Ooh. Wow.
Look at that cue ball. Beautiful.
Well done.
Didn't even touch the sides.
Yeah, well done. That was a beautiful shot.
That was a clean hit. And there they go.
Yep.
Nicely played.
Zach and Tim finishing out for the number 4.
All right, here we are. Zach to break in rack number 6. Yeah, that's a controlled break.
That 2 ball goes in.
Lucky that 9 ball got out of the way. Otherwise, that could be an awkward looking one.
Yeah. Yeah, these breaks have been a little iffy on, the progression of going from the 1 to the 2. So it's, this is the first time where they've had a fairly easy shot on the next ball.
Yeah, that's right. They're either not seeing the 1, or they're scratching on the 1. Yeah, it's the commentator's curse in full swing right there.
Oh no.
Yeah, I mean, in defense of that shot selection, like that 3, because it's covered by the 6, is a little difficult to play from there, or a little awkward, I should say. He just hit it a little too good, to be honest.
Yeah.
He probably wanted to hit high of the side pocket and come down the table a little bit farther. But
Okay.
being able to put the cue ball here, he's
And then get me thick on it.
guaranteed shape on the 5, guaranteed shape on the 6 if they make it. Like, it's pretty natural looking table from here. The only awkward thing is like 7 to 8 to 9 is going up and down the table twice. But they're fairly comfortable shots, I would say. So I don't expect them to have too much trouble with this. Could be commentator's curse for the second time in this rack.
Yes. Yeah, so it looks like Lerrick wants him to follow this just a little bit for a nice angle.
Yeah, I think Lerrick wants to stun into the left rail
Yeah.
and come back across.
It goes here.
Or he might have changed his mind. I think that 6 passes the 10 and it'll go that way. Oh, he's that is not what he asked for, but hey, they're going to get away with it.
Honestly, I think this is better though, because now it's a very natural line to that 7.
Oh yeah, 100%. He's gotten away with murder a little bit there.
Yes. It's like, oh, I didn't know I could actually do that.
It's just like going for that shot, like playing that precise draw is like so hard that no one would ever take that risk. But if you get it, hey, you got to take that. Yeah, they're looking pretty comfy from here.
Yeah, they're moving pretty quick now.
Yeah. Jared looks pretty straight on this ball. But
I mean, with that 9 just
even if you play stop, I would trust Lerrick to get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's worked it well. He's worked it good. Lerrick might be fairly straight here again. Hard to tell on these angles.
Yeah, it looks like he's pretty straight.
He's going forward though.
Yeah, just
So
cheat
he's
the pocket a little bit.
Playing across. Oh, this is a little testy. He wanted to come just a couple of cue balls farther, but I'd back Jared to make this.
Yeah, I think so. And even this is one of those you want to hit it just a little bit harder.
A little bit of confidence, a little bit of outside spin.
Yeah, just in case. But
he's done good. Yeah,
that's great shot.
Well done. All right, they're back on the board, back on the break. Well done to them. I think we were saying in the break that the scoreboard is a little deceiving. The racks have been closer than 4-1, so it's good to see Lerrick and Jared get another one on the board.
Yeah, absolutely. We want every rack to be played here because that's
right.
what we're here for,
that's
right?
That's right, yeah. Pool is a great game. Why would you want to stop playing?
Exactly.
Yeah, that was solid from them. When your opponent gives you ball in hand on a table like that, you want to run out pretty much every time. So yeah, glad they got it.
Yeah, I think that 6 ball was really what mattered the most.
Yeah, getting that 6 on the side, that's secured in the rack.
All right.
That's a pretty solid break.
Very.
Nice cue ball squat. Unfortunate to not get a look at the 1 though. Expect to see another push out here. Like as far as breaks go, he's got a couple of balls past the head string. He had a nice square hit, squat cue ball. Like that's everything you can ask for, really, besides the look on the 1.
Yeah, that leave on the first ball again is really what's becoming an issue for both of these teams. This should be a pretty simple push. Probably looks like he's looking up the table.
Yep.
Just to get a little bit more angle.
Yeah, he just wants to give them a look. He wants to tease them with the outside edge of the 1.
All right, here's the thing though.
Yeah, you thinking what I'm thinking? Yep.
I see that 1 and I see that 10 right there.
I mean, he's calling it. He's called 10 in the corner.
Yeah, I mean that's
right
a very
there.
natural
It's
carom.
It's just waiting for you.
It is.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I'm right here.
Yeah, it's just asking to be played.
Zach's got a little bit of cheddar cheese coming.
That's right.
Oof. Yeah, he definitely went
for it. He wanted it. He wanted it bad. Has he gotten away with it though? Oh, that's dirty.
I think so.
That is dirty, dirty, dirty. Still, you got to play it.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Sometimes you got to play with a bit of greed, and yeah, you got away with it.
Yeah, I think Zach is definitely walking away from the table smiling
Yeah,
there.
he's having a little chuckle.
Yes. Looks like he bumps the 10.
I doubt they're playing all ball fouls.
I don't recall if they are or not. I don't think so.
They probably didn't mention it. Yeah.
Well, he's still at the table, so it looks
Yeah.
like the all ball fouls are not
Yeah, they
in
got that.
effect.
They got that setting off.
All right, so he's got that one in the top left corner. I think you can probably play this with a little bit of right.
Go around the front.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think like playing it. So he's opting for the low outside instead of the high inside again.
Mhm.
Players like this for some reason. I don't.
I'm
I
almost wondering if he's trying to kick that 2 out.
I think
No.
he was
oh.
trying to come above the
Wow.
floor. Well, wiped its feet on its way in there.
Yes.
Still, yeah, good shot, good position. Like that shot is obviously an option. Like we just saw it. I personally find it harder to control than just rolling the ball
Mhm.
forward. Players generally prefer to shoot with outside spin. I get that. It's fine. But I think positionally, like going around the back of the 10-9 is probably what I would prefer.
Yeah.
But still, he's the player on stream. He's the player who executed the shot pretty much perfectly.
Yeah.
So what can we say?
That was a great shot.
Yeah, he did it good.
So now I've got a little bit of a tricky 3 here.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what he does. He might even play safe, pushing it past the 6 and rolling up onto it.
Oh, he went for
He
it.
went for it, yeah. Tough ball. Are they going to get away with murder again? Not quite. Not quite.
Yeah, this looks... I would be surprised if they do not go for the bank here.
Yeah, I think it's on. He hasn't called anything yet though. The bank's on. You might get a double kiss because the rails. So at a bar table, the rails are a little softer. You get more compression. You can kind of avoid the double kiss here, but at Ox, these rails are stiff.
Yeah.
So
You know, it looks like he's calling for... He's going to play a safety.
yep, yeah, I think they're playing safe.
Yeah.
It's gone a little wrong though.
Oh, goodness.
First, I thought that 5 ball was going to go and it'd be player option and he'd be hooked behind the 10-9.
Yeah.
That would be like a literal worst case scenario. But still.
Yeah, he looked like he was sweating on that shot.
Yeah, that's right. As soon as it came off his cue, he was like, uh-oh.
All right. So Zach's thinking about what he wants to do here. Looks like
And-
he might just play it into the left rail and leave that cue ball down.
Yeah, that's what he's played. He's played the distance safe. Did he? I don't think he called, so he wouldn't have had that ball anyway. But
You can
this
hear him
is-
laughing.
Yeah, this is not the outcome you're looking for. Lerrick can play this rail first, I think. Was it Jared? Yeah, it's Jared. Jared can play this rail first. It'll probably come for the 4. For the 4-5 combo, I should say.
Mhm.
But I was going to say, I expect him to be pretty okay with this. Yeah, that's well played.
Oh, great bump from that 8 as well.
Yeah. And as soon as you see it going towards the 8, as it hits the wrong side, it can
Yep.
go horribly wrong. But I expect this to be 5 ball in the corner. Slow roll. Whoa. Something went crashing down.
All right,
Oh.
Lerrick stepping
Yeah,
back,
that's right.
recalibrating.
Yeah, that's right. He wants to take a deep breath after that. Yeah, nicely played.
Yeah, very
Yeah,
nice.
he's got a little bit of angle for the 6. It looks steep. It is steep, but it's definitely there. All he has to do is make sure he doesn't get caught up with the 10-9 in an awkward way.
Yeah, I think just top
Yeah,
is...
yeah, he's done it.
Yeah.
He's good. He's good. He's worried about it. He's sweating. But I think he's okay.
Yeah, he looks pretty
Yeah. I mean,
like woo.
you wouldn't exactly give yourself this with ball in hand, but at least he's
Right.
not touching the ball.
Give you a shot.
Yeah, and this looks like just a very simple drawback.
Yeah, just draw back a couple inches. Yeah, nicely played.
All right, Lerrick and Jared are making quick work of this 7th rack.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of an awkward one here though, because like ideally you get pretty straight in the 9 and you can just roll it in and come off the rail and play the 10. But getting that straight position is pretty tough with the 10 higher up the table than the 9.
Yeah.
You could play a low outside here, or he could cross the angles. Yeah, he just played a low outside. That was like stun run through outside. we'll see what Lerrick comes here. It looks like he's got enough. He's got a thick enough angle that he could roll this with outside and just come past the 10.
Yeah, this I don't think you need to overcomplicate this. Just a nice easy shot.
Yeah, he played it that rolling outside. But
I need to not commentate before,
Yeah.
until after.
I mean, yeah, it's like playing it with outside. Playing with side that slow is tough.
Yeah.
Tough to judge. Tim and Zach play here specifically a lot more than Lerrick and Jared do. So these tables play a certain way. I think Lerrick would have expected that to turn a little more on the bed of the table.
Yeah.
And that's why he caught it a little bit thick.
All right, Zach with a nice layup on this 10.
Yep.
And again, it's just that
Yep.
scoreboard's really not reflecting
Yeah.
how the games are actually being played.
Late game mistakes are starting to really add up.
And we're now halfway through on that race to 9 with Tim and Zach leading.
Pretty good game so far, though. Standard of play is pretty good. Players are making most of the shots we'd expect them to make. So
Yeah, there's some really great shots.
Oh,
like
100%.
truly.
yeah, they're playing safes when they need to. Like I think that neither team will look back on this game and say we made like decision-making errors or issues like that. It's just like every player misses balls.
Yeah, it's just
Um,
that execution of, can you finish out that shot?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, sometimes awkward shots come up and you have to take them on, and like no one's 100% on any shot, let alone those ones. So
Right.
I think they should be feeling negative about that at all. It's just a matter of tidying it up. All right, we got a Tim fan in the chat. It's always good to see, supporting the local players.
And that was a pretty strong break from Tim as well.
Yeah, he juiced that one up a little more. So
Yeah.
that's what we like to see.
And I know Zach is very thankful he can at least see that one.
That's right. He's played this pretty well. I think he was definitely going for it, but he knew that this is a more than likely outcome. So I don't think Zach's going to sweat that one too bad. He's left Jared tough.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to... Okay, he's getting his...
He's going to go into the back rail with side and look to catch the one full.
That was a lot. That was a lot of...
Yeah, he really loaded that one up,
Yes.
didn't he? Yeah.
That was
Still
a lot of
pretty good
English.
contact. Pretty good outcome. He'll take it.
Yeah, I almost wonder...
He's definitely going to call the 9. Yep. Because if he comes off the rail and catches the one thin, he's probably pushing the 9 in.
Yeah, it
Unless
looks
you
like he's
can
massing around this 3 almost.
Yeah, that would be a tough shot.
Yep.
He was. It's tough to masse when you have the obstacle that far away from
Exactly,
you.
yeah.
Judging
Masse's-
the timing of
Yep.
the turn is very hard. It's still pretty good effort. I don't know how you missed that ball when the one was on it, but I guess you just didn't get enough of it. Got a little bit too thin. Lerrick's playing behind the 4. Hasn't quite gotten it by the looks of things.
I think this is just another... I think that they can see that
Yeah,
right
I think-
side of the 1 for the top left corner.
Yeah, they might even be able to see it for the top right corner. And if he can, all he has to do is go forward, and that 3-9 combo is on. Oh no, you were right. He's got top left, but he took it on. It was tough.
Mm-hmm. And this is good too. You have that 6 blocking the shot down the table. I mean,
Right.
combos there, but
Yeah, I mean that's a ballsy combo.
yes.
But yeah, the way you miss that one ball is almost always a little bit thick to the pocket,
Mhm.
and you almost always get this scenario if you miss. So and Zach would know that. So that was a perfectly fine shot to take on, I think.
Looks like he's kicking this. Yeah, he's coming in between that 1 and the rail.
You reckon? You reckon he's playing down bottom right?
Yeah, I think he's pushing that 1 to the bottom right of the table. That's
Yeah.
what the angle looks like.
Well, he'd be swinging for the fence again then.
Yeah, this will be pretty cool if it makes
Yeah,
it.
respect.
But it looks like a two-way shot possibly.
Yeah,
No, he's
saving it. Yeah. That, all things considered, is a pretty nice shot.
yeah. I would not be upset about this at all.
Yeah, 100%. We got Adler in the chat, another Tim fan. Good to see. Tim's really like railing in the support here. I like it.
All right. So we've got a full table shot. That 1 and 10 are tied up a little bit. That was great. Just leaving that 1 right there.
Yeah, he would have liked to get cleanly past the 4, I would say. Get up the table, possibly get obscured. But, you know, he hasn't exactly left a good ball, so he'll be happy with that.
Yeah. I think this is another safety. You're just playing behind that 10-8.
Yeah, but he's overhit it.
Leaked.
Yeah, he's overhit it, but he hasn't left it easy in the side. It goes, but it's not easy in the side. So
he almost could bank this. That 1 sitting right in front of the pocket.
The 9, bank 1 and the 9, yeah.
Well, looks like he went for it.
Yeah, I didn't see him call that ball. They probably would claim it anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, that was definitely on. The only issue was if he'd made that, he would not be on the 1 ball right now. So
right.
Yeah.
All right, so Lerrick taking a look.
Yeah, I mean, he could play the 9 again, cross bank. That's tough.
Yeah,
he's
that's
gone
exactly
for it.
what he did.
Yeah.
Great
They
try.
both
and
swung for that, but this looks like a player option to me.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to count.
Nope, that is not on the board. He's left a tweener though.
Yes. Seems to be quite a few of those this game.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it does come up more often than you'd think, but I haven't seen them miss one yet. Every time they've left an angle like this, it's always been low outside, and they've ginned it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they've predominantly made these.
I expect him to play this into the top left. A little bit of low right spin.
It looks like he's going in the right top
You
corner.
reckon?
Yeah, the way he's lining up on this. Yep.
Yeah, he is. Ooh, that was pretty... I thought that was going. Sometimes I can't tell when they got the cue stick elevated a little bit.
Yeah.
Like exactly where they're cueing, but yeah, you got it. He almost made it, and he would have been perfect on the 4.
Absolutely
so
perfect.
Perfect on the 4 to just draw back a little bit, play the 5 up the short rail, but Lerrick and Jared will have a nice little swing at this.
And I think you don't want to try and hold this for the middle. Yeah, you want to come up the table.
Yeah, I think the 6 ball could be pretty bad though. That is a rough roll. Yeah.
And Lerrick just kind of shaking his head like, what did I just do?
Sometimes you can't catch a break. Sometimes everything that can go wrong does. And you end up in a pretty tight spot.
Yeah, so I don't think you can... Yeah, you can't really jump this 6, so you're going to have to kick at it. Oh.
Yeah. He called the side. That was the right call to make.
Yeah.
But yeah, tough position. You also have to kind of hit that hard enough that you get position on the 5 afterwards if you do make it. So it's tough judge.
Yeah, and Zak opting for the middle pocket with draw.
Yeah, I mean, player preference again. I probably would have given myself a little more angle and driven that into the rail and come out.
See, I'm like, why overcomplicate it? I would just go into that top right corner.
You reckon? Yeah, fair enough.
I'd be like, I'm just going to play this super, super simple.
I think as long as you don't play the 4-9 combination with ball in hand, I think you're okay.
Yes.
Sometimes in my league matches, I see players line that up, and I cannot understand.
You're just like, no.
I mean, he might leave him the 7-9 here, just because you can stop shot this 6.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. You know, you just float that 7 ball into the 9, and it'll stay right there.
Yeah, I mean, the only problem is if he looks like he's got a little bit of angle, so the cue ball will go up the table. If he hits the near side of this 9 and it rests against the rail, you'll have an awkward sit.
Yeah.
So he's just got to make sure he avoids that.
Beautiful.
Yeah, he got
that
it.
was
good. Yep.
Great shot.
As long as Zak can get him out sort of center table, I mean, that would be perfect.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to underdraw this. That's okay. He's okay.
That's totally fine.
He can just play this a little low, a little bit of outside, probably hit the side rail, and I think they're home. Or if he's thick enough, he can just draw straight back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's left it a little shallow.
All right, Zak, let's see it again.
Yeah, that's a shot where you want to load it. Like you want to drive it into that side rail and come out. The more you come out of that side rail, the happier you're going to be, I think.
Yeah.
So I appreciate trying to hold, but you probably want to juice that a bit. That's a nice shot, though. Unless...
Middle pocket.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you want to hit that with... you want to hit that with inside English. Keep that cue ball
Hold
from
it.
going wide.
Yeah, keep it going perpendicular across the table. Yeah.
So ball in hand for Lerrick. I'm pretty sure he's going to make this.
I have already clicked the button, but I didn't want to unclick until he made it. So, yeah.
All
5-3.
right.
Going into rack number 9.
Yeah.
All right, here we are. Jared to break. What amazes me sometimes about Jared's game is he gets a lot of cue power on the break. He gets a nice square hit, but he doesn't use a closed bridge.
Really?
Yeah, he has the cue going up in the air. I mean, I know that I'm not good enough. My stroke is not good enough to hit the ball that hard and that straight with an open bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be pushing that cue ball all sorts of places.
Oh yeah, I would be. I'd be like lighting fires in the building if I tried to do that. There'd be sirens. Yeah. Anyway, back to the game. Pretty good save by Tim. I mean, he'll take it. Lerrick's looking at a pretty tough little angle here. It looks like that cue ball is tight into the 4. Yeah, it's really up in there. Still, if he gives ball in hand though, it's not a trivial run out. I would say getting on that nicely on that 2 to that 3 is going to be tough. We'll see what he comes up with. Yeah.
Oof.
That was a tough escape.
Yeah, that was a very solid defense.
Yeah, no shame in missing that one ball there, I think.
No, not at all. But that does mean they are on foul number 1.
They are on foul number 1.
And this early in the rack, that's a big deal. You want to be looking for defenses if you don't like something.
Yeah, I think they're going to go for this though. This 2 to 3, like this 2 is thin. It's a little missable. The cue ball will be darting across the table. I find sometimes there is a risk that you end up back near the 9-6, where you don't want to be.
Yeah.
We'll see how he controls the speed here.
Nice shot.
Okay, you got away with it.
Yep.
This is actually a pretty good angle, 3 to 4. Then 4 to 5 you have a fairly good chance of getting hooked or leaving a bit of an awkward angle to get to the 6. In an ideal world, you'd be shooting between that 8-10 line. Not that it matters anymore. Don't tell me he's got covered here.
No, I don't. Oh my goodness.
Are we looking at foul number 2?
I don't even think he's going to have to jump this. He has to.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
I mean, he can try and masse it, but that's risky.
He might be able to masse a little bit into the rail, and then it will carry the side into the 3. He might be able to. It looks like he's probably what he's going to try and do.
Yeah, he's going
risky
for it.
Though. Might come off this 3 into the side pocket past the 7.
Oh,
Cue ball.
my goodness.
Okay.
Oof.
Okay. Back on 0 fouls.
Yes, 0
Back on
fouls.
0 fouls. That's what we want. And he hasn't left an open look. So, pretty good outcome.
Yes, I think that you're not giving ball in hand to your opponent. That's anything is better than that.
That's right. Step number 1.
Yes.
And like not giving away an open look, that's the roll of the dice, and you're happy to get it. So
Yeah, Look for the, yeah, it looks like he might be trying to play behind this 4, but
Yeah, it's a tough hold
yeah, I
off the
don't
rail.
know if you can.
I think there's a fairly big chance of leaking out from behind the 4. We'll see what he comes up with.
I think I would put the cue ball on the top rail and just push that 3 towards the middle. Yeah, that was...
Yeah, he's got it good. Yep, that's a nice play. That's a second good save from Tim this rack.
Yeah. Yeah, a couple of really good ones.
Yeah, good thing to see and appreciate is a nice safety.
Lerrick looking at his options. He could go the 1 rail or the 2. I think 1 is probably fine here.
Yeah, I think Lerrick is going to like the 2 rail because he might make it in the side. If he was Fed or Ghost, he'd be jumping.
Yeah, he's definitely going for the 2 rail.
Yeah. And he's gotten away with it again.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, sometimes as a pool player, you got to take those.
Yes, exactly. And that, I think that's what both teams are showcasing right now. Is they're going for it. Like they're really not shying away from the hard shots.
Yeah. They're taking them on for sure. I mean, sometimes you got to do that. You got to take the game on, especially if you're feeling comfortable and you're shooting well and you're feeling aligned and cueing straight. All those good things. You might as well go for it.
Yeah. Looks like that 3 goes past that 7.
It looks like it should.
I think, yeah, just into the rail.
Yeah, it depends how hard he hits the ball if he wants that to work. He's rubbing the table a little bit. It looks like it's going to go.
Nice shot.
I was going to say it just depends on how hard you can draw. He's drawn himself into trouble.
Yeah, that 9 is definitely blocking.
Yeah. I don't know how good Lerrick is with the short stick. I don't even know if he has one, to be honest. I've never seen him use it. But it looks like he's going to opt to kick. I know for a fact Tim would be jumping here. We'll see what he does. Looks like he's going 1 rail under the ball.
He's looking at some very interesting
I was going to say, it'll be a tight window through the 9-6 balls, but he's changed the other side.
He's calling that top right corner.
Yeah, it's a good decision.
Oh, man.
Missed it again.
Right into the middle.
Yep. Unfortunate.
Yeah, and you can hear him groan.
Yeah, he didn't like that. Still, I mean, he has ball in hand. This is the best opportunity, but this 4 to 5, I was saying it earlier.
That's dicey.
It's not pretty. Like ideally, you shoot between that 10-8 window because that will get you up to the 6 ball pretty handily. It looks like he's going to play like a little bit of stun into that sort of 3rd diamond, a diamond just high of the side pocket. That should give him the line to come in. But this can go wrong.
Yeah, it looks like it did.
Yeah, he might be able to see it, but if he can, he's still on the wrong side of that 5. You have to play it into the rail with a little bit of inside. Yeah, tough shot.
So I think Zach, he can see a piece of it.
Yeah, he's playing safe, but this is also going wrong, and now the rack is wide open.
Yeah, I think that's going to cost them pretty dearly.
Yeah. He's going to go forward 2 rails here. I don't know how he does that. He looked like he was aiming high on the ball, and that came straight back out. He knows his stroke better than I do, obviously. That's probably what he wanted.
And I think this is a pretty simple, just a slight draw shot. Come back for that
just
7, and he
just got to make it.
Whiffed it.
Yep. Yeah.
All right.
Just got to make those.
Yeah,
He was on the 7 clean. Yep. Unfortunate for Lerrick there.
So this is, you want to make sure you're not hitting this 10 ball.
Yeah, you got to sneak past it. He caught it, and he caught the. He caught it a little bit thick. Sorry, a little bit thin, and now there's a juicy looking.
There's a very juicy looking combo.
If I was coming to the table, I'd be liking the look of this.
Oh, goodness.
He's got it.
Yeah, that's about as good as you can get that.
And he's going to have the rest, but I would put Lerrick in for this ball 10 out of 10 times. Yeah, there it is.
Yep.
It's another one for Jared and Lerrick.
Just like that, we are within one game of each other.
Yep.
This looks a lot more like what the game was reflecting.
Yeah,
instead
that's
of
right. This is the scoreline now matches the play.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. And that was a very costly mistake. That 6 just sitting in front of the pocket like that, man.
Costly, but it's understandable. Like it's hard to sneak past that 10, and you know if you catch the 10 full, you're in all kinds of trouble. So it happens. It's one of those shots you just got to take the game on, and he did. But sometimes it doesn't work out for you.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if this gives them that momentum to push past and get that lead.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, these players, like, it wouldn't be their first time breaking and running a table. So we'll see what they can come up with.
All right, Lerrick to break here.
He caught that one a little off center. He might get that 5 to go in. He doesn't. Yeah, unfortunate. Didn't quite hit that as clean as the players have been hitting it earlier today. This 1 into the 5 is looking pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
He's almost. Oh no.
Yeah, I think that 6 is hiding it.
Yeah, he's definitely obscured behind the 6. Yeah, he has not got this. Looks like he's called it in the sides, so.
Oh, he's coming off the.
He's going to be juicing this ball up with a lot of inside spin. Oh.
Wow.
Ooh. That looked pretty good. Looked pretty good to me. Yeah, Jared will be liking a look at this ball. He's just going to make sure it doesn't clip the 9. Yeah, he clipped the 9. That ball's not going. Still, hasn't left it easy.
Yeah, that 6 is definitely blocking the pocket.
Do you reckon he plays the 1-6?
I think that's the best shot on the table.
It's best offensive shot for sure.
Yeah.
I think he's going to go for it. It looks like he's lining it.
It's really a matter of where you're going to, see.
Yeah, he tried to sneak by and just smooth it in past the rail, but tough to say if that was there. I mean, he has the better angle than we do.
Right.
Even now, like, this is not easy for Lerrick behind the back. Okay, now he's just styling on him. I know I would try that and look like an idiot if I went for that shot.
Yeah, there's been many a times where I've done that shot and I've been flagged down by my captain being like, hey, what are you doing?
What is this?
But it looks nice when it works.
Nice outcome, but Jared that one has rolled away from him on the bed. Too much side. He obviously saw that it needed a side spin shot. I think that, like, if that 3 passes the 4, he probably could have just rolled up on it. Yeah, he could have just rolled up. Still, it's early in the rack. He might get away with it.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see what Tim does here. That you could probably thread this through the 3-4.
Playing it with right.
Yeah.
That's it's a shot that I don't like doing, but I think it is the right play.
Yeah, I would be very cautious about this, but
yeah, because that's what I always find happens to me is I run headlong into one of the balls.
yeah.
Still, he might have this fairly thick into the side pocket.
Yeah, I think out of all the outcomes, this is not a bad one.
It's not the worst. It's just getting nice on the 4 is going to be tough. He's might have
Hard
hit this
draw.
quite hard.
Yep, hard draw right there.
Yeah, perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Very nice.
It's easy to miss that side pocket when you hit it that hard though. You catch even the tiniest bit of the inside jaw and you're in trouble. 4-6 here for Tim. Just going to make sure he holds it up. And then the rack's pretty open.
Yeah, he's just gotta play this careful. He doesn't want that 4 to go somewhere else.
Yep. Ooh, it's not ideal.
Yeah.
It's always
workable.
Yeah. I mean, the combination like that is not typically hard to make, but it's hard to set.
Zach, please, no.
Oh, no. He was playing safe for sure. He was not going for that.
I was like, please.
Yeah.
You know better than this.
Yep. No, that's all right. That's an okay outcome. Hasn't
Yeah, not bad at all.
getting a full hook ball is pretty hard there. You have to go around the rails. But leaving no good options is also okay.
Looks like he caught the jaw
Yeah,
a little bit.
He caught the near jaw on that ball.
It straightened out the cue ball down the rail.
Yeah, that was definitely, he wanted that behind the 10-8.
Yep.
But still, he hasn't left a trivial ball. So
Yeah.
sometimes you got to take it. I think Tim probably likes the look of this into the top left.
Yeah, I think playing this with top is going to be the move because the natural angle is into that top right
He
corner.
might even play this with a little bit of right to swing around the angles for the 7 in the bottom right.
Beautiful.
Yeah, nicely played. He's not going to get a good sit though.
Oh, goodness.
All that make and no reward. Yep.
Great shot, though.
Yeah, beautiful hit. Beautiful hit.
So Zach looking like he's going to... Yeah, he's shooting
I was
that in
going
the
to say
corner.
he's playing that thin. Nicely
Wow,
played.
what a shot.
And
Oh,
8 in the side.
no.
No, he's good. He's good. 8 in the side. 8 in the side. Yeah, I like it.
Beautiful shot.
Yeah, very well played. The scratch was on, but he somehow managed to get away from it.
Yeah, I was getting I think he also was getting a little nervous.
Yeah, he had a little bit of sweat dripping
Yeah.
down the brow. Yeah. Still, this is a tough ball for Tim. But if he can go forward and get 9 on the other side,
Yeah, I can't tell if he has angle on this. He could probably push through it, get on the correct side of that 9 into the side pocket.
that's what I think
Yep.
so as well. Yeah. Oh, he's.
Just enough.
I don't know if he's necessarily gotten onto the correct side though. Yeah, it looks like it's not. So, Zach now has that choice. Do I play the angles and risk overhitting, or do I just keep it simple and guarantee a look?
Yeah, I think if this was me, I would roll this with a little bit of top right
A
and
little
just
bit inside, check it off the rail.
yeah. I wouldn't go for anything
Yeah.
complicated.
The
I
other
would just take that long shot.
It looks like he's playing it with left to go around. Yeah. It risks the 50-50 if you overhit it.
Yeah, he didn't.
Still, I think he. Yeah, he's got a look. He probably just wanted that to come a little bit farther, a little bit closer to the long rail on the right hand side. Still, Tim would practice these shots. I think he should be fairly confident. Yeah, he's hit it thin.
Just missed it.
Still, he's missed to the pro side. He hasn't left anything easy.
Yeah, if you're gonna miss, you know.
That's how you want to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Because you don't want to baby those shots and leave that 10 right in front of the pocket.
Absolutely not. Yeah, and also sometimes if you miss by a little bit less, you end up hanging the ball.
Yeah.
So he's done all right. It is a known way to play the ball.
We'll say he missed it like a pro.
That's right. Missed to the pro side. Jared has called the top left. We are swinging for the fence here.
I like it. Go
Yep.
for it.
Yep.
We're on YouTube.
That's
This would be a
right.
great highlight reel.
I was gonna say, if you make it, then you can show all of your friends, but if you miss it, you can just let it disappear forever.
Exactly. Oh, and
Yeah,
unfortunately, it's gonna
yeah.
land right there.
The rail, it thickened up on the rail a lot more than you expected. You ended up missing that by pretty much a full diamond.
Yeah.
So,
So Zach about to make another 10 ball.
well played from Zach. Yeah, those banks at Ox, they bank short. Always short every time.
Yep.
I found here that if I aim it true, hit it quite firm with a little bit of outside spin, those effects kind of cancel out. Like the shortness of the rails, because the rails are quite grippy
Right.
on the side.
Right.
So like the shortening of the speed and the rail cancels out with the outside spin, and you end up pretty true. That's just my experience. Yeah, unfortunate for Jared there, but that's pool.
All right, Zach breaking. I don't think Tim has been mainly the one that's broken for that team, and this is a very odd spread,
Yeah, I mean
if you can call it that.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, he hit the ball plenty hard. He got plenty square on the contact. So you'd expect a little bit more spread out than this, but A couple of the balls went into the rail and came back towards the middle of the table. Unlucky.
Yeah. Yeah, this
Um,
almost looks like some kind of pool drill.
That's
that
right.
you,
Yeah. Put every ball in like
Yeah.
the middle few diamonds of the table,
Exactly.
and you have to run out. Yeah.
Some kind of connect the dots deal.
Yeah.
And Lerrick just barely missing that
Yeah.
one.
He had a good cue ball path though. Somehow missing all the traffic and coming out for the 2 on the side. That was pretty nice attempt.
I mean, this is runnable. I mean, that 1 to 2 to 3 to
Yeah.
4.
Yeah. The 5 ball's the only question mark, I would say.
Yeah. But everything else is really just there for you.
100%. I mean, can you get to the 5-10 combo?
You know, I was thinking
Yeah.
the 5-9 combo.
5-9, yeah. 5-9. You might have a little bit too much angle, but 5-10, I mean, that, if you can play a 5-10 combo, that's usually pretty enticing.
Yeah. I mean, you know, you could do that.
I think they're going to play for the 5 in the bottom right corner, though.
I think so.
Yeah.
That's what any reasonable.
That's what the smart player does.
Exactly.
And that's why we are here, and they are
Yes,
playing on stream.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so just checking out where he wants to leave this ball.
Yeah, I think Zach's asking for 4 in the side, so play forward on this 3 ball. I personally would rather play 4 in the corner, so just draw back a little bit. I think that's what Tim's going for. Yeah, that's okay. He's a little bit thinner than he would have liked, I would say. If we change angle, Zach's in the way. Never mind. He's a little thinner than he would like. He'll have to go into the rail and back out. Or he's going to completely change the game and go underneath the 5.
Drawing it.
Yeah,
Oh,
looked
I
like he was
see.
playing under for basically quote-unquote short side.
And that 4 leaks out.
Wouldn't have been that friendly anyway.
So we'll
Alright.
see if he can
Yeah, this is a
get
queuing
this
test.
4. Yeah.
Queuing off the rail, diagonally across the table. This is as bad as it gets, really. Still, if he gets it, he's probably going to have 5 in the bottom corner.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, what a shot.
Wow.
Look at that.
Clean.
Yep.
Very clean.
That is the perfect hit. It's a very hard shot, and it's a perfect hit. Now all they got to do is run it out.
Yes.
And it's looking pretty likely, to be honest.
Yeah, and again, this kind of solves itself, really. I mean, it's...
It looks to me like that 7 goes in the side.
Yeah.
So as long as he can get him nicely thick on it to stop for the 8 on the other side, he should be okay.
Just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. No, he's missed it. He had that. He'd even overrun the 7 a little bit. Yeah, it's a tough miss.
Tapping the table. He knew he messed up.
Yep. They had it right there. He just had
Mhm.
to put that ball in.
All right, and Tim looking, see how he wants to end up on the 7.
Knowing Tim, I think this is going to be played rolling left spin, rolling outside spin. He's going to try and come up between the 7-8.
Go in the bottom left corner.
Yeah.
Look at
Yep.
that.
Tim and I have played a lot
Very nice.
on teams and as opponents. Yeah, I know he likes that ball.
Yeah.
So
Now, the question is, do you play this slow and go for the 8 into the side, or you want to go in the 8 top
I would play this hard draw, kind of like that, and then get 8 in the side from here. Yeah. Yeah. Tough ball. It's one of those balls where, like, you know it's a hard shot in front of you, but if you get it, you're probably home.
Yeah.
Like that 8 ball in the side from here, 9 in the bottom left corner, and then 10 in the side would be pretty nice.
All right, barely missing that scratch. This looks like a pretty
Yeah,
easy end.
I know if Tim's playing against me, he makes this every single time. Hopefully I'm not getting special treatment on league night. Yeah, he looks like he's going to come all the way back here.
Yeah, he's putting a lot of bottom on
He's
that.
juicing it. Chose to stop. It's weird. Some players they queue up lower or higher on the ball, knowing that as they stroke it, the tip position is going to change.
Yeah.
I personally just cannot find a way to shoot that way. I have to line it up exactly where I want to strike. But the players know their strokes. You always got to trust them.
And Zach looking to make sure that 9 goes past the 10. He's going to end up on the correct side of it.
He's played it good. I think he probably wanted this a little bit thicker so that he could stun back for the side. He might have gotten a little too thin, but you can always just play for 10 in the corner instead.
Yeah, that's, I mean, really the shot is kind of, it doesn't matter as much just because that 10 goes anywhere.
Yeah.
He's just going to swing
he's
it.
let it out. Oh, is it a tweener? No, he's got
Oh,
a, he's got a
right.
nice in the side.
Great leave.
Yep.
That's exactly how you
Perfect.
want to leave your teammate.
100%. Yep. 100%.
All right, with that.
It's another rack on the board.
Yeah.
Tim and Zach, they're closing in. 2 to go. I'm fairly sure it was a race to 9. That's what it said on the board when I got here.
Race to 9.
I can't remember what he said in the Facebook post. I thought it was a 10-ball race to 10. That's what I thought, at least. But I'm happy to be wrong. 10-ball race to 9. Sweet. They are closing in then.
Yeah, there's great synergy between those two players. I mean, just watching them set each other up and that choosing to play through that ball was a really smart idea.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So Tim and Zach have played together a lot. The 3 of us have actually been to BCA, Lincoln City, and Vegas. So we've seen a lot of each other's games. We know how we like to shoot.
What a break, too. That is...
He's walloped that.
Yes.
I would not want to be those Bulls.
Yeah, sank two balls on both sides.
Yeah.
And let's see, Zach is going to get a good look at this one.
Yeah, all he's got to do is make it. Yep. Unless.
Yeah.
Every ball is missable, guys. Every ball is missable.
All right. So we've got Jared, ball in hand, to get on this 2. The 2's in a little bit of an awkward
It's
place.
a little weird. The 8 ball plays big, but you can just float up the table like that. I think he looks like he's got a bit of angle. This is all you need on this shot, a bit of angle either way.
No.
He's lucky he can cue through the jaws, to be honest, to get lower on the cue ball. That's an unfortunate hit on the 5.
Yeah, that's...
It's left it a little messy.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how I would approach this shot, and nothing's good.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it passes the 10. I would expect Jared to play some kind of safe here.
Yeah, Lerrick coming up to have a little chat with him.
If he can hit the 3 full and stop the cue ball and send the 3, like 2 or 3 rails up, missing the 4 and 10, that'd be pretty nice. It's just that 4 ball is going to be playing pretty big, I think.
Yeah, it
if
looks
he
like he's
plays that
trying
shot.
to leave that 3 around the 4.
He's going to play it. He's going to play the speed safe. That's pretty good. Doesn't look like he's got the potting angle for this 3 ball. Looks like the 4 is obscuring it just, and the 10's obscuring the rest of it, so that's a pretty good outcome.
Yeah, you're going to have to go at least 1 rail, if not 2, to get to this ball.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it looks like he's just kicking 1 rail at this. Well,
No, it might be 2. Hard to say. It's player's choice at this one. Yeah, 1 rail, you're all right. Yeah, I mean...
Well,
it's contact.
Yeah, the good thing is he hit it. The bad news is he hit it in a way where now this is an incredibly easy defense.
Yeah, the return safe is coming in hot, I think. Oh, it's leaky, though.
Oh, I really think if Lerrick had taken 2 more seconds to look at that shot.
Yeah, I mean, I thought, looking at it, that you could play the stop shot on the 3 and send it up the table
that's exactly
and go to the 4.
what I was thinking.
But it must have, that angle must have just been a little bit off.
Yeah.
The 4 must have been obscuring it a little bit. But still, that inside spin shot, where you check off the rail and come back, that's not a bad look.
So got both teams playing quite a few defenses this rack.
Yeah, that was a little testy from Zach. I don't think this is what he had in mind when he played that shot. I think he probably wanted to draw back behind the 4 or something. But yeah, he just pulled out of the stroke a little bit. Didn't quite get through the cue ball, and so he ended up leaving something on.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
That is one foul for Jonson Lerrick. I don't expect them to play 3 foul here.
Yeah, I don't. For this rack, I don't think you're gonna need it. But
Yeah, the only awkward thing is getting clean on that 5. I mean, ideally he'd be like just above the lines of the side pockets and fairly thick, so you can play off the rail a little bit. It's just hard to manufacture that angle sometimes from where the 4 ball sits.
yeah, I'm trying to think. I'd want to be on the, the top side of that 5 to come down.
Yeah, 100%.
So it's really, and see, this is the angle to do that. So you push through this.
Oh, so you're
four.
play the 5 to the top right?
No, so that's where I would leave the cue ball to
Right,
play the
right.
5
Down
into the
table,
bottom
yeah.
right,
Okay, got it.
which is what it looks like they're trying to do. So I would push through this with left, top left.
Top left.
And then
Square it off. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
top left. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. It's mirrored. Oh, my mistake. Yeah. Yeah. That's. Right, okay. He's playing it for the underside. I mean, this works. He's left a little thin though.
Yeah.
A little bit thin. If he can get this, he might even just push into the rail into the 7, have 7 on the side. He just has to get it. It's touchy.
He's really taking his time with this shot, which is good.
Yeah, and into the point. Yeah, unfortunate.
Can
he
he
would have
get?
had that 7 in the side.
Oh,
You see it a little bit thick.
yeah.
They're tough though. Those shots are tough. It's thinner than it looks. It throws thicker than it looks. Well, so thicker than you might think on that particular kind of angle. A sort of half ball hit stun shot. It's hard to get right.
Yeah, that was definitely touchy. And Lerrick looking where he wants to leave this. He looks like he's going to play this with follow as well.
Yeah, he's going to go around the angles. He's a risky boy.
Yes.
And
Giving us a little kick.
yeah, exactly. He's making it fun for us at the very
Yes.
least. Yeah, which corner do you play here?
I think I would go bottom right with a stun shot.
That's what it looked like he was playing, and he absolutely railed it in.
Yeah, that was
They're gonna have
several degrees harder than I would have played that.
Yeah. And Lerrick's gonna have to do it again.
Yes.
Basically.
Here's another
tough
tweener.
look. Yeah. Another tough look, but if he gets this with pace, he's probably gonna end up coming back down the table. So it's one of those other ones. You just gotta make it. He's gonna make it probably knowing Lerrick, this is gonna be a low left shot. He's gonna go into that short rail just between the 3rd diamond and the side pocket. Or not. He went around the other way, and he's in trouble.
Goodness.
He is in trouble.
He only needed to make one of those.
Yeah, that's right. Well, it would have been player option anyway. So.
Yeah.
Zak's going to lay up another 10. All right, they are on the hill.
And again, just the score is really not reflecting how close these games are.
Yeah, in general table play, yes, but I feel like Jared and Lerrick have just stumbled a little bit
Yeah.
as they approach the end of the rack. I mean, it happens.
Yeah, there's kind of a weird progression on pool matches where like you start off really clean. You're either really on or you're kind of finding your rhythm, and then halfway through you're kind of like getting into it, and then you kind of get tired at the end. You start losing focus.
Yeah, you start to drop out easy racks, and then you just let your opponents like vulture the 9 balls basically,
Yeah.
like 10 balls in this case.
I mean, that's got to be at least what three that they've
I know Zak has shot at least 2 10 balls with ball in hand.
right.
Yeah.
So that's it's got to play something pretty brutal on your mental game as
Yeah,
well.
it's tough. It's tough to keep going. I find when I watch players play, like it feels like they can't see themselves winning the game anymore
Mm-hmm.
when they have a couple of situations like that happen. I feel like Jared and Lerrick definitely will not have given up. They know they can run racks. They know they can do it. So it's just a matter of But executing, I guess. It's a tough road back to the victory from here.
So it comes off this
Lerrick
rail,
coming up the table,
Yeah.
telling Jared where he wants this ball.
Yeah, it looks like he's just telling him to play safe across the table.
Nice attempt.
Yeah, he's leaving a layup though. Still tough rack from here. That 5 and 6 look ugly. I don't want anything to do with that. Okay, Zach really unloaded on that.
See if he gets behind that 7. That was a
He can see it, but it's not that pretty.
yeah, that was a very hard shot. I would have just I was thinking play inside and just come to the middle of the table.
I'm going to be real honest. I didn't really look at that shot. I was too busy.
That was-
too busy talking.
That was surprising.
Yeah, he went for it. And Tim might actually run into the 6 here. Tim can bump the 6. Yep. Oh, you just gotta make. Oh, they're getting.
Right, leave.
Yeah, I mean, he cleaned up the mess of the 5-6, and then it went back messy, and he got completely safe. So definitely got the friendly side of the rolls there.
Yeah. So Lerrick having to kick at this. Good contact.
Solid contact and didn't give away a free ball.
Yes.
So
And great position too. Not a whole lot you can do here, so they'll probably be looking for the safety shot.
yeah, he might roll. Yeah,
Oh,
so he might roll. Use the 5-6. Yeah,
very nice.
as a solid play. I mean, they still haven't managed to clean up the 5-6 mess. Depending on the position they get on the 4, they might be able to clean it up going 4-5. But that's dicey. Whenever you clean up the next ball on the way in, it can go wrong.
So Jared chalking his cue. Looks like he might be jumping this.
Yeah, I've never seen Jared with the jump cue.
He might separate. Oh, good
no,
contact.
that was a pretty tall jump shot, to be honest. Like, he really got over that ball.
Oh,
He does not want this to go in for option. Can you see that? He's asking it.
All right, some excitement going on.
Yeah, that's right. Well, at least they're having a good time.
Yeah,
That's all you really want at the table, right?
exactly. It is very fun to watch these two teams play against each other.
Yeah. Timmy's going for the jump shot. He's got to jump and get out for the 4. Tough ball.
Great shot.
Yeah, he made it. He didn't get out for the 4.
I see a good defense here, though. You
can
play
just
this
roll
on
off
the
behind the 6-10.
exactly. Yeah, just push that 4
You
out
gotta
into
have
the
the-
middle of the table.
You got to have the glory of the run out, though. That's very nicely played.
Very
That's
nice.
a very good speed. Well done, Zach. Good shot. So you got to go for the glorious run out. The jump shot run out. That's what you want.
I love the fact that we're seeing a bunch of defenses and jump shots in this match as well.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, they're playing it smart. They're playing it good. This is what you want.
Yeah, it's very
as a player.
exciting.
Oh, now Lerrick styling
Here
on
we
them again.
go.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good outcome.
Yeah.
He'll take it.
Great leave.
Looks like Tim's going to get the jump stick out again.
I mean, they've gotten plenty of practice. They should be pretty warmed up on jump shots now.
100%. Yeah. I mean, if he gets this, he's probably going to slide out for the 5, like for a look at the 5. I mean, 5-10. Probably too hard to take, but at least he'll have a look.
Yeah. Stacking up pretty big. Great shot.
There it is.
Wow.
7 ball, get out of the way.
Yeah, I think he's blocked.
Yeah.
All right, do it again. One more.
That is not it. Now it's time for Zach to pull out the jump cue. Yeah, jump.
You can hear him laughing too.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, jump. Call the 5-10 combo into the corner.
Yeah.
That's the shot.
so he's just opting for the kick.
Yeah,
Looks like that's gonna.
he's leaving it, but 8 and 9, not the friendliest sit. So
Yeah, that 6 is a little awkward in front of that pocket too. I think it still goes.
I think
It's
it
far
will go.
enough.
Yeah, I mean, if we change the angle, the 6 will definitely go.
Yeah. Oh, Jared.
Oh no! It's not what you want with your opponent on the hill.
Nope. And now with that 5 in front of the pocket like that, that gives them a lot of different angles to get back on the 6 too.
Yeah, I think what they're talking about is what angle on the 6 do you want to break out the 7-9.
Yeah.
'Cause if they can do that, they're probably going to be on the 8-9. They're probably going to be on the 7. So as long as they get that shot, it could be curtains.
Looks like he's trying to draw this with a little bit of angle. Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna,
I don't think this is it.
I think even if you play this with top right, you're gonna miss that 9.
It's not going to grip hard enough on the rail. Oh, he had stun.
All right.
He had stun. But are we on the 7? I do not think we are.
Gosh. So Zach did the other team a favor.
Yeah, this could be
A little bit.
He could have done them a solid here.
Yeah.
This is probably too close to jump. It looks like it is glued on it.
Gosh, that's a tough.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to go for it, and you just don't get lucky. It happens. It's just part of the game.
So it looks like he's coming down 2 rails.
Yeah, he's called the top left for the 7.
Oh my goodness.
But it is not a foul.
That's incredible. And look at that
And
leave.
he's left an awkward look. Yep.
Goodness.
Sometimes you get the run of the balls
Yeah.
and you leave this. Sometimes you don't and you get stuck behind the 9.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
I'd like to see the heart rate monitors for each of
Yes,
these players.
right, yeah.
See how intense this game is getting for them.
Yeah, can we get a pulse check?
Exactly.
I don't know. I think that Tim and Zach are probably going to be fairly relaxed. They got a 4-rack lead. They're on the hill. Jonson Lerrick, maybe a different story. We'll see.
Yeah, Lerrick looking for the pot here in this bottom right
I think he
corner.
might be playing behind the 10, but didn't quite get the angle. Still, this is not an easy run out. This 7 ball is tough. Looks like he's got a little bit of angle to go into the end rail and come out. But it's not an easy make.
Lerrick is tricky. He gets on the table, and I'm like, I think he's going here, and he just does something completely different.
Yep. Oh, cold pocket.
He did.
He called the pocket.
He did.
That is 10 ball. That counts. He's not giving up the table, is he?
I
Yeah.
think Jared thought so, but he's like,
Yeah.
I called that pocket, and, you know, it went in.
Yeah, I mean, people say 10 ball is no slop. It's not. It's limited slop. Because sometimes you slop at 4 rails into the right pocket.
And we don't know if Zach was trying to do a trick shot, you know? Like maybe he was just trying to do a
that
little
was his
style of his
intention.
own.
He called it 4 rails, guys. Yeah. No, but that is just an unfortunate outcome for Jonson Lerrick. It's looking pretty tidy from here as long as Tim can make this. But he's overcut the ball.
Oh. Is he gonna get a friendly bump?
It's an interesting look. I think it goes into the top left.
This is such an easy out. You play this really soft.
Yep. You're gonna have 9 in the side.
Yep.
Then you have the duck
And that
10. Yep.
It's all about this 8 ball.
Yeah. As long as he can make this, avoid the scratch, and not overrun,
Yeah.
he's probably pretty solid.
And see, he's looking at coming off 2 rails, and it's like you don't have to do that. You literally can just.
It's thin enough and Ox plays fast enough that it might be better to play 2 rails.
Yeah, I mean when you're at the table.
Yeah, it looks pretty thin. That's a nicely played ball.
Yep.
Very well done. Now we can just roll the 9 in, roll the 10, and then they're 1 rack closer.
Yes. All right. Little bit of a big bounce.
Yeah, a little farther away than you probably would have liked. This is a pressure ball.
Yeah. You go from setting up a pretty standard like down the table shot to
and he's missed it.
Oh
Yeah.
goodness.
It
Where's
becomes a
gonna
pressure ball.
stay?
Oh,
no.
that looks like the side's pretty friendly to me.
Wow. Let's get a.
This is going in for sure.
Oh,
Yeah, there it is.
What a way to end that.
That is the game. Thank you for watching, everyone. Tim and Zach take that 9 racks to 4, and that is curtains. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I hope you enjoyed.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
Yeah, Thanks for joining us, Bree.
Absolutely.
And we'll see you next time.
All right. Have a